Hello everybody. Would you like to work for an international company one day or work and live in a foreign country? Well, your business English level will need to be intermediate or better. Are you curious about your business English level? The TOEIC test is an excellent way to measure that. And today I want to show you a free Mini-TOEIC. And this will take you 30 minutes to take. And today I'm just going to show you the website, where to find the test, and some little tips on how to navigate the test and to make a good score. And at the end of the video, you will get a percentage score. And I will give you a chart that you can translate this percentage score into a TOEIC score. So let's get going. Okay, here we are on the TestDencom website. When you register for this mini test, you'll be signed up to take their mini test challenge, and they record everybody's score, and at the end of the month you can see here some of the percentage scores. You can possibly win an iPod, so that's fun. Okay, you can see that I've registered, and I'll start now. So here we are on the directions for the test, and they explain it's divided into 2 parts: listening test, 25 questions, and a reading test, 25 questions. So after you read the directions, just continue. So here's the directions for part 1, pictures. There are 6 photos, and as soon as you click End Directions, that audio is going to start. So you have 6 photos to look at, and you will see 4 statements that best correspond to the photo. So after you choose your best answer, then you'll have 4 seconds before it moves on to the next. So get ready. Here we go. Be careful of all these call to actions. There's a lot of ads on this website, but it's free, so that's what we pay for, or don't pay for. Okay, in directions. Here we go. Okay, we have finished part 1 with the 6 photos, and here we are on the directions for part 2. I just wanted to show you one thing. You can save your test and exit at any time during the mini test. So we save, exit. They're explaining we have 48 hours to come back to the test. So that will put you on your practice test center, and we've got 3 free tests that we can take. So that is really nice, and they'll record all the scores and compare them. So when you're ready to go back, you just click return. So here we are. We're going to read our directions for question and response. This part of the test is very difficult for some students because you have nothing to read. You don't have any questions on a paper or nothing. You just listen. So listen to the statement. It might be a question. It might be a negative statement. And then you will hear 3 responses. And you choose the best one, A, B, or C. So as soon as you click in directions, that first statement will begin, and we have 7 statements to choose a response for. And here we go. So here we are in part 3. Short conversations, and there will be 2 short conversations in this mini test. But you will have 3 questions for every conversation. So the first conversation will be questions 14, 15, and 16. And the second conversation will be 17 through 19. So I suggest to listen carefully to the conversation and try to remember all the details that you can. Then, when the conversation is finished, they will read the question 14. And at this time, you can answer it. They'll also give you, I think, 7 seconds to answer question 14 before moving on to question 15. So on the day of the real test, it's not going to be like this. All 3 questions will be visible on your test sheet, so you can look at your questions in advance while you are listening, and it's much easier. So that's one of the disadvantages of this test, but it's still very good practice. So here we go in directions, and the first conversation will start immediately. Here are your question numbers up here. Okay, so we've finished part 3, and now we are ready to proceed. Part 4 are short talk. They will be announcements, perhaps a weather report, or an announcement at an airport or at a conference. So you will have 3 questions for each announcement. And there are 2 announcements in this section. So your question numbering will be announcement number 1, questions 20 to 22. And the announcement number 2 will be questions 23 to 25. And the same organization, 7 seconds to answer. So we click in directions, and here comes the first announcement. So here we are in part 5. This is the beginning of the reading section. This is grammar, incomplete sentences. And you'll have 4 answer choices. There's 10 questions here. Choose your question answer. And then move along quickly. Now when you do all your questions, you do have an opportunity to go back and review a question that you have answered already. You don't like it so much. So you can click go, and it will take you there. So that's a nice option this test has organized, because on the day of the official test, you have the possibility to flip back and forth between all the pages. You don't have to do the test in a precise order. So that's nice. So we'll have 10 questions. Let's finish up this section. So we've finished up with part 5, incomplete sentences. We'll go on to our next. This is text completion. So it's still grammar, but the little gap in the sentence is included in a text. We have our 4 choices, the text, and you just click through here. Answer these as quickly as you can. End of reading section. So here we are in part 7. This is reading comprehension. And let's go ahead and proceed. You'll have your text here and your reading comprehension questions here. This is not such a problem because you have just one text. So you'll answer and click through. Here's our second text. We have 1 question, 2 questions, 3, and 4 questions on this one. Now be careful once you're up here at the last 3 or 4 questions, because you'll need to scroll down. You have 2 texts. So that'll be very important. You don't want to miss out on those 2 texts. You'll answer your question, move on to the end of the text. Right. And here we're at the end of the text. And of course you can always review here. We've still got 8 minutes, supposedly. So you'll see how many minutes you have. You may have time to review. So, it's going to take you, we didn't make such a very good score. I didn't answer all the questions, so I only got 19%, which is not bad. But they want everyone to have this target score of 85%. So if you decide to take the other 2 tests, all of this will be organized together and you can compare. So today, supposedly, we got 19%. So I'm going to show you how to take your percentage score and find your TOEIC score. For example, if you had 86% correct total, and we just scoot over 2 lines, this is our total score, 900. That's excellent. We're looking for 880, something like that, 85% percentile. You can see your listening score and your reading score on the day of the official test. They will be calculated separately. But when we are speaking about our TOEIC score, we're speaking about the total, which is listening score plus reading score equals total. But today on this website for this mini test at TestDen, they just give us a total score. We don't know what percentage correct we had in the listening or what percentage correct we had in the reading. But it's a free test, and this is going to be good practice for you. So I would advise to continue on and take the other 2 mini tests, and good luck with that. So I hope you'll take some time, 30 minutes, and decide to take this TOEIC mini test. The link for the correlation table to find your TOEIC score is below in the description. And I wish you all the very best. Ciao.